So this is a quick tutorial on how to play Simple Gifts in Get Set Piano on page 15. First of all, I'm just going to play it for you so you can hear how it sounds. It's a famous shaker song from America. So there's quite a few elements in it that you need to look at to make sure that you can play it as well as that. The first thing to notice, which is quite unusual, is that both hands are using the treble clef. Okay, so when you're placing your left hand, these are the left hand notes here, you need to make sure you're using that treble G line to find treble G with your left hand thumb. Okay. And then your right hand is not very far away from it, it's treble C on the third space up. So your starting hand position is here. Left hand thumb on G, right hand thumb on C. Okay. The next thing to notice is the rhythm. We've been learning about how to do dotted crotchet rhythms, and you'll notice that we get to do that twice here and here, but this is the first time we've done it where the dotted crotchet is at the end of a slur, the end of a phrase, and then the little quaver on its own starts the next phrase. We do the same thing here, so that's a bit different. The other thing that's a bit unusual in this piece, we've not done this very many times before, is we start with this bar that just has one note in it and then a bar line. That's called an upbeat, when you get a mini bit of bar, and it's always balanced out by the final bar having the correct number of beats in, so they all add up to the value of one bar. So we've got one beat here and 3 beats here, that adds up to 4. It's as if the last beat of the final bar just ran away and joined the front of the cue. So when you're counting in, instead of counting up to 4, because you should always count in before you play, you should count in 1, 2, 3, and then we start. Okay. When I learnt this, I learnt the words "I danced in the morning when the world was begun." The Simple Gifts one goes "'Tis a gift to be simple," so that actually does 2 quavers. That's a little bit different in this arrangement. So just count in 1, 2, 3, then you start. Okay, we're going to pass the melody very smoothly from the left hand G to the right hand C. You can see the slur carries it over. So the first thing to do is to practice each phrase, and again we start the tune on a left hand G, passing smoothly onto the right hand. Okay, cantabile means in a singing style, it's a song. Often that can mean play it very expressively and lyrically. This also says dancing along, so it's not too slow, but we're playing it with the idea of some words in our head. So if you look up some words for this song, then that can really help with feeling it quite lyrically. Try and keep it legato, even though there are some notes which you can't possibly play fully legato because they're repeated notes. You just play those dancing on the key. Don't worry too much about those ones, but the rest keep very smooth. Notice something, talking about dancing, on this bar here, people get a bit confused when they see all those numbers in that bar there. It's mainly the same note, mainly D, just the very last note goes up one to E, but we're changing finger, we're going 2, 3, 2, 3, and then we stay on the 3 and do 3 again. So you need to practice switching between 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. It's so that we can basically move hand position from where we were, which was 2 on a D, to a 3 on a D. Okay, but let's practice that slowly. 2, 3, 2, 3, and then you can have fun getting that faster and faster. 2, 3, 2, 3. Like you're dancing on the spot there. Watch out at that point there. Actually, we were talking about the dotted crotchet rhythm. So remember, there's 2 different ways that you could say or count that dotted crotchet. We could have ta ta ti ta ra ti ta. Okay, so that's on the D, and we're taking the ah, putting it where the dot is. Or we could move into metrical counting, which we want to start doing, if we can at this stage. So we've got 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. We can play the quaver on the and, okay? So this is 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, okay? And it's going to be the same here. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, okay? So we've had one Italian word. We talked about cantabile, singing style. We've got another one right at the end, a more common one, rit. It means slow down. So even though the last 3 notes are quite easy to play because they're all the same, don't rush, okay? Da 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 da. Make it sound finished off, okay? The next thing to do once you've learnt that melody, which is mainly the right hand, just with those 2 left hand G's, starting off those phrases with the upbeats, is to put in the left hand notes that you're going to play at the same time. And you'll notice that we're mainly using 5ths here and a 6th here. 5th, 5th, 6th, 6th pattern there. 5th, 5th, 6th, 4th, okay, so that one changes down, notice that goes to a 4, and then a quick change, 5th, 6th, 5th. So we should practice doing those 5ths and 6ths, just getting used to the feel of those intervals. To play the 5th, you've got C and G. When we go to the 6ths, you can see it's the top note that goes up, not the bottom note that goes down, so we're going up to A. Okay, so we're going to practice a 5th, 6th change. When we get to near the end and we've got to do the 6th and then the 4th, that's a bit trickier. We're on our 6th shape. And then the 4th, if you've just stretched your thumb out and kept your other fingers all here, it should be easy, and it's just finger 2. 6th, 4th, and then remember that we're going to go 5th, 6th, 5th at the end. Okay, hope you enjoy playing it.